session that we'll have some amazing opportunities to explore Kabbalah teachings about sleep and angels, and to feel how that really connects deeply to our soul. And I know that for most of you, it's close to bedtime. So we're really also hoping that even tonight, you'll start having better sleep than usual. And Lisa and I are so excited to be sharing this session with you together. And Lisa, just to introduce Lisa a little, she is so much more than this, but an internationally renowned composer, author, poet, yoga teacher, worship artist, and of course a cantor and a rabbi. So we
rabbinic pastor,
rabbinic pastor.
a proud RP.
Great. Yes. Yay. Yay, the rabbinic pastors. and myself, Orna Triguboff, who is a Kabbalah scholar and a rabbi and a mashpia, spiritual director, and a yoga teacher. And of course, that's just part of who Lisa and I are. And we're so happy to collaborate at this session where we'll be looking at texts, having discussions, moving our body according to the teachings that we're going to learn, and chanting. And so let's start with sharing some teachings about sacred geometry and the primordial energy of the circle, and how it relates to sleep. So here we have, first of all, just to think about how does the circle connect with spirituality in general, and in different cultures. In the Buddhist and Hindu traditions, we have mandalas, which are used to raise consciousness through just looking at these circular images. In astrology, we have many circles and concentric circles. The flower of life, circles in architecture for sacred spaces, arches, spirals in nature, and the sacred circle element within nature. And then we come to the Jewish tradition, and there are many teachings about circles. I just chose a few from Kabbalah. So one is Avram Abulafia has some amazing teachings about Jewish meditation, and in which he uses these circular mandalas. And this is one technique where we have a circle in 10 sections, even presented as a 10-pointed star within a circle, and a special meditation connected to that. And these are circles connected to the 72 name meditation. And of course, we have many beautiful circular descriptions of the Spherot. And the Spherot are the Kabbalistic map of the tree of life, a map of the cosmos, and a map of our own personal energy system with 10 divine energy centers. And here are some images from manuscripts with circles where the tree of life is described in detail. There's a whole collection of these trees of life. And here we have one, a very famous one from the Gates of Light, 13th century text. And here we have another image. Now here I want to zoom into this idea of the concentric circles. And here is one image from a manuscript where the Spherot, the 10 first building blocks of the creation, are seen as being created one within the other in 10 concentric circles. And in the Kabbalah of the Ari of Isaac Luria, he talks about how there is the principle of the circle and the line, and they're two fundamental shapes within the creation. And that the 10 Spherot, the 10 building blocks of creation, the first 10 emanations were first emanated from the light of the Ein Sof, from the light of the infinite, as concentric circles, one after the other. And this is the principle in Lurianic Kabbalah that's called the Igul, the circle, the principle of the circle. And then we have the principle of Yosher, of the line, Igul v'Yosher. And the Yosher is, it literally, Yashar means straight, and Yosher means, Yashar is a straight line, and then it also has a moral connotation of being straight, being honest. And then the Yosher has the idea within Kabbalah of being connected to the image of a human being, where we have 3 lines, a left line, a right vertical line, and a midline. And the idea of the Spherot, of the Kabbalistic tree of life, being made of these 10 principles as circles and also as lines, is very telling and very in keeping with Lurianic Kabbalah. And as you see, the circles are underground. They're the roots. They're the archetypal and the primordial shapes of the Spherot, and they are one within the other. And then we have the line principle, which is above ground in the light. So the concentric circles are in the dark. They're most comfortable in the dark, and we'll come back to that. But the line principle is above ground in the light, and it has a left, a right, and a midline. And the way the Ari explains it is that even though the Spherot first came out as circles or spheres, and after that came after that, and for those who know about the shattering of the vessels, the Spherot organized in 3 straight lines come after the shattering of the vessels. And this principle of the Igul is the ancient configuration, which is still there. It's still vibrating and pulsing within the universe, but it's on the unconscious level, connected to states of sleep and connected to ancient vibrations. And then the Yosher, the line configuration of the Spherot, is connected to evolution. It's called the world of Tikkun, the world of waking consciousness and waking awareness. It's a world in which there's change, and a world of, as we say, repair, Tikkun, where we're always hopefully self-improving. So that's the idea of the line element of creation compared to the circle. So when we meditate and relax and prepare for sleep, we connect with the circular energies of the body. Now we're going to go to an asana practice followed by a relaxation. And Reb Lisa is going to lead the asanas, And I'll just let you know in advance, when we do the relaxation practice, we're going to connect with 3 levels of circle in the body. We're going to connect with the circular energy around the skull. We're going to connect with the circular energy around the chest, and then the circular energy of the pelvis. So it's like taking transverse sections of the body and connecting to light. So I will stop the share and invite Reb Lisa to.
Thank you. Thank you for that beautiful teaching. I am going to begin our asana practice by sharing a chant called Moda'ani. And then we're going to begin to move. And you can just find a comfortable place, either in a chair, on the couch, wherever you feel comfortable. We will be standing, but you don't have to stand. You can do this practice seated if you wish. Moda'ani. So you should be able to hear this now. So the first prayer we say when we awaken in the morning, we offer a prayer of gratitude for the awakening of the body and our integration into these circles, the energy of the universe. So I invite you to bring your gaze down, soften it to the tip of the nose, one of the asanas. The circles will begin with the head attaching a string to the top of the Cantor, the crown, connecting it to Ein Sof, the mystical source of circles. So begin by drawing a small circle on the ceiling with that string in both directions. I like to do 3 times. Nice and slow. And as you're doing that, notice the breath coming in and releasing back into the circle. And go in the opposite direction. Tiny circles at first. And then we're going to widen the circle, open the circle. And if you'd like, put your hands in a circle too. Chin mudra with the fingers touching. And then continue with your circling. And if it's available to you and you'd like to drop the chin to chest, left ear, left shoulder, head back, and right ear, right shoulder. So making the circles a little bit bigger. I don't want it to be too loud, so let me turn it down a little bit. Then we're going to begin to draw the attention to the shoulders. As Reb Orna said, that we moved from the head to the circling of the arms and the shoulders. And as you start to wake up those circles, allow the arms to come with you. Just move the arms backward maybe 3 times and then forward 3 times. And if you can get your head going in a little bit opposite circles and just feel the circles begin to loosen all of the tension in the body, becoming one with these circles. Inhale and become still for a moment. Notice that energy beginning to move down into the hips. Let's start moving the hips. So let's stir this pot from the pelvic girdle, moving forward and side and back and side, just like you're stirring a big pot of oatmeal, but it's your circle of energy, bringing you into oneness with the Spherot, the 10 Spherot, and then go in the opposite direction. I always like to do 3 mandalas in each direction. My gaze is still softened and breathing. And then when you're ready, just Add your arms. Just join all of the circles with the crown of the head, the arms, the pelvis, circling, being gratitude. And then stop at the top and go in the other direction. Moda Ani, prayer of gratitude for all of the blessings that we share. Good, in that direction, and then one more time. Loosen up the pelvis, and if you want to go down a little bit farther, make these circles a little bit bigger. And bringing the circles and the breath into the body from crown all the way down to the feet, connecting with Shekhinah, the Mother Earth. Good. Bring the arms up, inhale, and drop the hands onto the shoulders. Tiny circles with the elbows. And forward. And experience that total integration of the prayer. Drop the hands and circle the hands. Bring that circle into the heart center. Drop the chin, close the eyes. Inhale and release.
Getting comfortable, a 5-minute relaxation practice connected to the circles. Let's start by connecting with the breath. The inflow and the outflow of the breath. Bringing awareness right down to the belly, to the pelvic area and the abdomen, and feeling how your abdomen rises as you inhale and relaxes down as you exhale. And connecting with the pelvic area and the pelvic girdle as a circle of bone, with the pelvis and the sacrum making a bowl shape, a bony shape, and within it a circular energy flow. See if you can get a sense as you inhale and exhale that there's a circle of energy that happens inside the pelvis. And if that's not available to you, just keep going with awareness of the pelvis and abdomen and the breath. Light filling the pelvic area. Light circling the pelvic bowl. Bringing the awareness up to the chest. the breath, the movements in your chest, that slight expansion of the chest as you inhale and a relaxing down as you exhale. And light filling the chest. And the rib cage with the spine at the back, making a circular shape. See if you can connect with a circular energy that's moving and flowing inside and around the chest. And the head, the skull, awareness of the air entering and leaving the nostrils or the mouth as you breathe. And the light filling the head. And a spiritual flow of light around the circular shape of the skull. Very gently starting to come back as Reb Lisa chants.
B'Shem Hashem, B'Shem Hashem. Join me. B'Shem Hashem, B'Shem Hashem, B'Shem Hashem, B'Shem Hashem, B'Shem Hashem, B'Shem Hashem. And to the right, Michael, and to the left, Gabriel, and before us, Uriel, and behind, Gabriel, and all around us is Shekhinah, all around us, Shekhinah, and all around us is Shekhinah, all around us, Shekhinah, B'Shem Hashem, B'Shem Hashem, B'Shem Hashem, B'Shem Hashem.
And let's go to some more exploring. We don't need to come fully back out of our meditation because we're kind of going in and out. It's said in the Zohar Well, just if I could be spotlighted. Okay. It's said in the Zohar that the soul rises when we go to sleep. The neshama, the ruach, the nefesh, all the levels of the soul rise. And what remains with the physical body is called chiyuta de liba in Aramaic, which in Hebrew is chayut halev. And it means the life force or the vitality of the heart, from the word chai, life. So we have this idea of the three levels. There are many different systems of talking about the soul in Kabbalah. One system is, a main system is that it has three levels. The neshama, which is the higher self or the enlightened or godly self. The ruach, the spirit, which is more connected to the thoughts and the emotions, and the everyday thoughts and emotions. And then nefesh, soul vitality, that life force in what's in Chinese medicine called the qi, or in yoga called the prana. So here's a little excerpt from the Zohar. Rabbi Shimon opened, saying, "My soul, nafshi, desires you in the night. The spirit, ruchi, within me, seeks you in the dawn," from Isaiah. Come and see, when a person climbs into bed, the soul leaves and ascends on high, and in the body, nothing but a trace of a pint of the heart's vitality remains. The soul travels, seeking to ascend, countless rungs upon rungs to climb. Nafshi iviticha balayla, ach ruchi bikirbi ashacharecha. Come and see. When a person climbs into bed, tachazi, nafsha debarnash, kad ihu salik la'arisa. The soul leaves and ascends on high. Nafkat minei v'salka aleya. And in the body, nothing but a trace of a pint of the heart's vitality remains. V'la ishta'ar ba v'hada'e gufa barchad nishimu de kusita de chayuta de liba. And the soul travels seeking to ascend, countless rungs upon rungs to climb. V'nafsha azla ubaya lesalka. V'kama dargin ledarkim dargin lesalka. And where does the soul go to at night? The Shekhinah, the Zohar talks about how the soul goes into the Shekhinah, the higher Shekhinah. So there's the idea of the earthly Shekhinah and the celestial Shekhinah. And the soul at night enters into this universal mother, celestial womb, also called the Nikudah, the point. And it's described as a spiritual ocean. All the rivers flow into the sea and they flow back again, from Ecclesiastes. And we also need to remember this idea from the Zohar that there are rungs to be climbed, or different dimensions, spiritual dimensions in which the soul ascends. And our quality of sleep can be different according to which dimension our soul rested in during the night. And then upon waking, this is what the Zohar says, and when is the tree of life aroused? At the break of day. And then once this tree has been awakened, the tree of death relaxes its hold on souls and returns everything that had been entrusted to it and goes its way. So here we have in the Zohar this idea that during the night, our soul is entrusted to the Shekhinah, which takes the form of the tree of death. But of course, we're not dead, we're not dying, but there is sleep can be seen as a mini death. And so the soul is nurtured during the night in this tree. And it's nurtured, and then when day breaks, the tree of death releases the soul and gives it to the tree of life, and then we wake up. And of course, in the Zohar, there's also an explanation of what happens for people who wake up during the night, that their soul is also returned if you wake during the night. But here's a beautiful description of what happens when we wake. Afterwards, she, Shekhinah, brings the souls out and gives birth to them as at the beginning, and the soul is then new, as it was at first. And this mystery is reflected in the verse, "They are new every morning," from Lamentations. Okay, and then we, of course, come to the idea of how to have this rejuvenating aspect of sleep. And we get to that rejuvenation. One of the ways is by being in the right state of mind before we go to sleep. And part of the bedtime Shema prayers includes the 4 angels prayer, B'Shem Hashem, Elohei Israel, which we've been chanting with Reb Lisa. And in it, we have Michael in the front, on the right, Gabriel on the left, Uriel in front, and Raphael in the back. And these angels assist, it's said that they assist the soul to rise, and that they surround us with their high qualities of consciousness, and they allow our consciousness to expand into sleep. And if we look at some of the teachings about the angels, we've got Michael, meaning Mikael, the likeness of God, Gabriel from Gvura, strength, and of course El being God, strength of God, Uriel, the light of God, or being light, and Raphael, Refuah, being healing, Raphael, the healer of God, or divine healing. And the 4 elements, we've got Michael, the element of water, and Gabriel, the element of fire, Uriel, air, and Raphael, earth. The 4 elements. And then we also have colors connected to this. We've got and this is all in different parts of the Zohar. We've got Michael connected to the colors white and silver, Gabriel, the colors red and gold, Uriel, a rainbow of colors, and Raphael, earthy colors of greens and browns. And then we have the quality connected to each of the 4 angels. We've got the quality of love, of chesed, for Michael being on the right, and then Gabriel being on the left, the quality of strength, and also the quality of discernment. So it's din and gvura, and that ability to create boundaries. And then they're balanced, those 2, because they're on the left and the right side, they're balanced in the midline. And in the midline, we have Uriel, light and clarity. And we have Raphael, the principle of healing, grounding, and also presence. It's also connected to the element of the principle of Shekhinah, of presence, divine presence in nature and in the material world. And so this is sort of all of it in one table. And here are just some images to inspire us before we go into our asana practice with Reb Lisa.
Perfect. And let us experience this next
The soul that you have given me, God, is
segment of
pure.
embodiment,
Open
Elohim
my
Neshama. When
heart
we
to
wake,
bless
our spirit has been
thee.
cleansed and returned to our body.
The soul that
That tree
you
of
have
life
given
is
me, God, is
reawakened. Michael
pure.
guarding our right side, Gabriel
Open
guarding
my
our left,
heart
centered
to
and
bless
balanced at Tiferet. So
thee.
let's embody that.
Elohim
Inhale,
Shama
roll the shoulders back and bring the gaze
Shenatabi
up to the heavens. And then exhale, roll the shoulders forward and gaze
Elohim
down at the navel
Shama
and really bring the shoulders forward and chin
Shenatabi
to chest. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, open the heart center and feel that sense of balance of Michael and Gabriel. And as you exhale, take a gaze in. See what you need for yourself to sleep better tonight. Maybe we can discern that through our breath. Let's open up a little bit by raising the arms. Inhale. And bring the arms behind. You can use your chair to sort of open the heart center just a bit. Inhale up and drop the hands forward. And if you want to come all the way forward, and you can come with the elbows on the knees or drop the head just a little bit. Inhale up and come all the way back. Open the heart center as you exhale. Inhale up. Let's gather that energy and let's just go gently over to the left side. Look up under the right arm and experience that you're looking at Michael, loving kindness to the right. Inhale both arms up. And let's gently go over to the right side. Look up under that arm and see if you can see Gabriel, the strength to your left side. Greet Gabriel. One more time, either side. Just flow back and forth, looking up under, greeting that compassion and kindness to the right. And moving to the other side, looking to the left and greeting strength and discernment to the left. And as we bring our arms up, we'll gather Uriel, the rainbow of light, and bow to Mother Shekhinah, the tree of life, all the way down, feeling that energy of flexibility, of freshness, of change, of light. Inhale up, and as you bring your arms behind, feel the healing surrounding behind you. Raphael, sense that healing coming all the way up. And let's look behind now in a gentle twist as we greet Raphael, the angel of healing, bringing that healing into heart center. Inhale up, and let's go to the left and bring your drishti, your gaze behind, and greet Raphael. And now we find ourselves surrounded. Bring palms together in Anjali Mudra, pressing, balancing. Chesed and Gevura, left hand over the heart and right hand over left. And release. Beautiful.
Let's go back to some more teaching about the Spherot and about the four angels. So the Gabriel, angel of fire element, strength, judgment, protection, the left side, and the colors red and gold. And then the angel Michael and Gabriel. So when we think about them being balanced together on the left and right, we think about that balance between the unbounded love of Michael and the Gabriel energy of bringing limits and boundaries, and how we need both of them to balance. And then we balance in the midline. So the two other angels are actually in the midline, and one is Uriel, that connected to the air element, to lightness. And in the Zohar, it talks about how Uriel holds the keys to our next step of development, shining a light. So in my sort of imagination, it's like Uriel shines a light into the future, and it's in front of us in the prayer and connected to all the colors. And then of course, Raphael, we've got the earth element, the ability to heal, to open to healing energies, and grounded. And part of that grounding is connecting with those crystal energies in the earth, and also that pure water, that spring water that comes out of the earth, and connected to the back of the body. And then in terms of the tree of life, the Spherot, we have that the white silvery right side of Chesed, and then in the red dot you can see there's Gevura in on the left side, discipline, strength, fire and water. And then we have the green dot in the heart in Tiferet, the Sphira, the energy center of Tiferet, which includes the trunk itself, but is centered on the heart center, and it's the light principle. And then we have Raphael, the angel that's connected to Malchut, connected to Shekhinah, Malchut, and the earth principle. Another way of thinking about the angels is based on a teaching from the Zohar, which discusses the verse from Torah where Jacob lies down to sleep in the wilderness with a rock as his pillow, and he has this vision in his sleep of a ladder going from earth to heaven, and he sees angels ascending and descending. And it's all so now we're going to look at the angels, the four angels, in terms of which ones ascend and which ones descend, and their connection to the four-letter name of God. So this is from a later strata of the Zohar, the Tikkunei HaZohar, page 105b. At that time, behold, the angels of Elohim ascended and descended it, the ladder. V'hahu zimna v'hine malachei Elohim olim v'yordim bo. And they already established to ascend and to descend. The two letters Yud and Hey ascend toward each other. V'hachi ukimnu, ukmuhu, salkin train v'nachtin train. Salkin trei Yud Hey da legabe da. and two letters, Vav and Hey, descend towards each other. V'nachtin trei, Vav, Hey, Da legabe Da. And two descend, water and earth. They are heavy in pulsation. V'nachtin trei, Maya v'afra, De'inun kavdei b'defiku. And actually before that, it was left out, but they talked about the two that rise, which are the air principle and the fire principle. And they are also called, but they're called light pulsations. So two elements are heavy pulsations and two are light pulsations or vibrations. And they are Michael, Gabriel, Nuriel, and Raphael. So here we've got, instead of Uriel, it's called Nuriel, and Ner is a light. So the Uriel is sometimes called Nuriel. And two descend, water and earth. Oh, yes, we had that. Okay. Sorry, that's repeated. Okay, and then the text goes on to say, Michael Maya, Michael is water, Gabriel Esha, Gabriel is fire, Nuriel Rucha, Nuriel is wind or air, Raphael Afra, Raphael is earth. And here we've got then a table to explain the different elements that we had in that text. And so we've got the angels, and if we start with Nuriel, Nuriel's connected with wind, air, connected to ascending, and the letter Yud. Gabriel, fire, ascending, and the upper Hay. Michael, water, descending, and the Vav. Raphael, earth, descending, and the lower Hay. And a short poem, just the angels pulsing, Gabriel and Uriel, fire and air, ascend in lofty pulsation towards each other, Yud and Hay. Michael and Raphael, water and earth, descend with gravity towards each other, Vav and Hay. Humans pulsing, ascending and descending. Okay, so with those teachings in mind, we'll go to another asana practice and move our bodies.
And we are going to, if you have the ability and you care to stand, I've been sitting all day, so I'm going to invite everyone to stand for this last asana: wind, fire, earth, air. So let's find a standing position. Feel free to use your chair as a prop. You don't even have to balance, but just come into Tadasana, which is mountain pose. I can't think of any better way to connect with the earth and healing than through the feet. Drop the gaze down. Draw the attention to the palms. Feel the palms forward. Imagine that string bringing the Cantor, the crown of the head, upwards towards Uriel, towards the air, towards the wind. Imagine the heart center flowing outward and the love of Michael coming into the heart. And imagine the strength of Gabriel coming into the kishkes, the center of the body. So bringing all of that strength into standing at this holy mountain. The sense of strength with this mountain pose. And then simply bring the palms up with the elbows bent. Palms forward. Abhaya mudra for courage as we inhale and exhale and just sit down in your chair and push out towards that holiness. Gather it into the palms. And you can do this seated. You do not have to do this standing, so you can just do this seated as well. But I feel like just doing this standing. And then inhale, exhale, and send that holiness out into the world. Feel that rainbow of wind come into the hands. And as you exhale, just slowly circle the arms and hinge forward. If that's available, you can always use your chair as a prop. I love using the chair as a prop. And come forward and feel the back of the body being bathed with healing, the angel Gabriel. And as you push yourself up, feel the heat coming into the belly. Come back to Tadasana, into mountain pose. One more time. Inhale, raise the palms up. Palms forward for courage, Abhaya Mudra, and then send that courage and light out into the world. Inhale, exhale, bring the palms together. Press them down into the midline of the body, centering into Tiferet, into that midline, balancing. Gevura, strength and loving kindness. Left hand over heart and right hand over heart. And then release the hips into what I call hallelujah arms. And let's just create a force field of all of the angels, all of the elements, all of the colors, the earth, the water, the wind, the fire, and create a force field around yourself. All of the angels, and you're going to take all of these angels with you into your evening sleep. You'll be so ready to embrace them in the morning. You will wake up and you will say, Moda ani lefanecha Elohim shema shenatata bi. Bringing hands to heart center. Inhale and exhale. Drop the hands down. Close the eyes. Just notice how you feel. That beautiful embodiment. As Reb Orna takes us into our final meditation, our Nidra.
Okay, everyone get comfortable after that beautiful movement practice and the teachings about the angels. Let's either be sitting or lying down. Resting your awareness on the breath. And we start with an awareness of the right side of the body. And the angel Michael, the angel of love and compassion. Awareness of the left foot, left leg, left side of the pelvis, abdomen, chest, left side of your whole back, your left arm, let's bring our awareness, because it's Michael, and I apologize, we'll go the right side. I must have zoned out. So we're on the right side of the body, a whole right side of the body and the right side of the neck and throat and head, the whole right side, and the angel Michael, a white silvery energy of love and compassion, connected to the right, but that energy is all around you and inside you. The water element, like a waterfall of love flowing through you. The left side of your body, and the angel Gabriel, the angel of strength and courage. Awareness of the whole left leg, the left side of your torso, the left side of your pelvis, abdomen, chest, the left side of your back, your left arm, the left side of your neck and throat, left side of your face and your head, the whole left side of your body, and the angel Gabriel, an energy of strength and courage, golden red energy around you and inside you. Michael and Gabriel, a balance of love and strength. In the front of your body, Uriel, the angel of light, getting a sense of the lightness in your legs, at the front of your legs. The lightness in your pelvic area. Lightness in the abdomen, chest, arms, face. Lightness in your whole body. A lifting, a levity. A lightness of being. And now we connect with that heaviness within us, that earthing principle within us. We connect with the back of the body, the back of the legs, your lower back, mid back, upper back, the backs of your arms, back of your head, and letting your awareness connect with those healing energies in the earth. The fertile earth, the divine presence within nature. And crystals and gems. Vibrational healing from the earth, allowing it to vibrate within you. And as you connect with that healing energy, you also connect with the healer within, the part of you that is an active healer. And what connecting with that wisdom inside of what is the next step in your own healing. And for a moment or two, radiating healing energies out towards the world, maybe towards specific people, or maybe just generally radiating that healing energy. And receiving a blessing of healing from the 4 angels. A blessing of love from Michael. Blessing of strength and courage from Gabriel. A blessing of light from Uriel. A blessing of healing from Raphael. And a blessing of harmony of all those forces within you from the Shekhinah.
Shem Hashem, 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 and all around is Shekhinah, all around us Shekhinah, all around Shekhinah, all around Shekhinah.
Gently coming back, and we're going to have some time to discuss together and to share. Maybe just before we do, we'll tell you about something exciting happening. If all goes well with COVID, we'll have a Kabbalah tour of Israel October 16 to 26th. So we'll start with the festival of Sukkot and Simchat Torah. There'll be chanting, Kabbalah yoga. We'll learn with lots of teachers, go to ancient sites, meditate, learn about different cultures within the one country. And so that will be, I'm leading it, and we're so lucky that Rev Lisa has said she's going to be coming along. So we'll have an amazing time. And anyhow, both of us lead regular classes online. And so we just wanted to put up our email addresses so that you'd be able to keep in touch. And of course, we'd love.
I think our classes are also listed in the Shuk area. Both of us posted our material there, and this class will also have materials posted in WOVA. So we want to thank you all for joining us. We have just literally 2 minutes left. If anyone would like to share, please unmute and share. I think I'm going to stop the recording so we can just share in private.